Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany, and hi. I was in the middle of wrapping presents, and then I thought about, wrapping presents, and I thought about something that I found today that I just thought I should share with you. Now, I was pumping gas when I was doing my last minute Christmas shopping, and I found this stuck on top of the gas pump. Some of you may be familiar with these. Some of you might not know them. These are called chick tracts, and they're little evangelical comic books that are designed to basically scare you to Jesus. Now, you see these letters here, they don't mean Jesus the Christ. They mean Jack T. Chick. And that's C-H-I-C-K. And this guy has been drawing these stupid comics for decades. Literally for about 40 years. And they're all horrible and myopic and just ridiculous. And this one is brand new, I suspect. So I decided, why the hell not? So I'm going to review it and just show you what kind of, if you're lucky enough never to see these things, if you've come across one, by all means, keep them. They're hilarious. So, this one's called Scream, by the way. So anyway, Jack Chick always has this formula. There's someone doing something somewhere, and it isn't up to his specification. His is in Jack Chick's particular Calvinistic view of the Bible, like literalist, horrible view of the Bible. And most of the time, you'll find these can be pretty disturbing. And when I was a kid, they scared the shit out of me. And I'm sure they scared the shit out of a lot of people. So let's move on. And I'll tell you exactly why these are bad. I mean, he's done things about Muslims and Catholics and science. He did anti-science ones, but it's no big deal. So let's dive right in. So first you come across these two very typical Jack T. Chick styled bad guys who are burning down a warehouse. Who cares? Oh, so one is cowardly. What a shocker. It runs away. Outa, spelled with one T, but whatever. No, so this idiot trips over the gas can, and he's burnt up. Literally, he's toast. Anyway, here's the fire dudes, and then they're going to the corner of Vine and Maple, in right off Main Street, I suppose. And anyway, one guy got out, and he's like, "Oh man, Charlie must be dead." Do you think it was arson? Well, what the fuck do you think? I mean, seriously. Anyway, good guy Fred, doing his job, he runs up to the roof to... I don't know why he's up there on the roof. It's a warehouse. And he's got his axe. But, oh no, crash. He fell. And his fire chief, yeah, Fred may still be alive. They found him. He's all burnt up. Poor Fred. Is Fred gonna make it? I don't know. I'm a fireman, not a doctor. Anyway, moving on. Oh, that was really close. Taking him to the burn ward. Poor Fred. I said that. So 2 weeks later, the arsonist wasn't so lucky. Fred's really been lucky, wasn't he? He waited 2 weeks to tell the poor bastard. Anyway, another week later, Fred's wife, I assume, brings this guy. And this is Bob Williams. He's actually a recurring character in these chick tracts that's been seen a couple times, actually more than a couple. And he's your invite. Now this is when the story kind of goes off the rails. So Fred's been in the burn ward for 3 weeks now. And the first thing this douchebag says is, "Hi Fred, we've been praying for you. No, how you doing? No, none of this stuff. Thank you. I'm doing much better." Are you really? It's been rough. "But I've been having flashbacks. The flames. Oh, it was hell." This is where Chick starts to get a boner for this stuff. "Oh, gotta go, honey. Back soon." Literally, she just leaves. Okay? He just said he's in hell having flashbacks and she's got to go do laundry or whatever. And then so Bob goes, "You've got a taste of hell, but it's a lot more worse than that." Yeah, that's what someone wants to hear when they're fucking dying. Oh, it gets much worse. Well, thank you. So, are you an expert? No, but Jesus is. What makes him the big authority? Instead of telling Bob to get the hell out of my room, they never specify, of course, how he knows them and why he's even allowed to stay there. Bob must be the hospital's Christian missionary, whatever. So he goes on to tell the story about how Jesus created hell. Are you telling me Jesus is God? Oh, and it's always a Christian who just doesn't quite get it. That's Chick's problem. So the guy's heard of Jesus, but he doesn't know the story. At least not the way they want you to know the story. He is God, Fred. And Jesus describes hell as a very terrible place. He's constantly warning us about it. Yeah. It's about a guy. So then it goes on to this parable. Luke 16:19-21 is actually a parable of the rich man and Lazarus, not the Lazarus that he brings from the dead. This is a story that Jesus tells about a rich guy, okay, and a poor guy who's like laying on the front of the rich guy's property, and they both died, of course, whatever, swept away by angels. And the rich guy dies too. Where do you think he went? Well, they never specify if the rich guy was a bad guy or not. He just was a rich guy. Yeah, say he died. And so he goes to Abraham, and he's like, can you tell somebody? The whole parable is about the afterlife. Basically, that when you're roasting in hell, that you'll remember everything that happened to you, and you have to relive it over and over again. And of course, Abraham's being a dick, and won't, let him do anything, and won't let him warn his family. That's what the rich man wants. Lazarus got burnt up, and I don't even, whatever. Now, we're going back to our story, and Bob is still going on about Lazarus. I don't know why Fred doesn't just keep pushing the morphine button to let himself, finally black out from this guy's preaching, And he goes on, in hell, people can remember everything. They are thirsty and can never be quenched, whatever. So the rich man worried about the slave, whatever. So there's more of this, back and forth, arguing about how exactly you're going to roast in hell and remember everything. Do they ever get out? No. There is no second chance. That's really comforting there. And that's the scariest thing about some of these stories, is that they're meant to be comforting, and they're not. Like, a rational person would say, I have questions, but no. Fred's a moron, and he takes everything Bob says without question, which is how a perfect Christian is supposed to be, I assume. Anyway, you scared me to death. No shit. That's where I'm going, isn't it? Now, Fred was doing his job. He rushed and saved his life, risked his life, to put out this fire. And he still isn't good enough in Bob's eyes, right? And so, of course, he gives him the whole, Jesus is da-da-da. If you save, then yeah, sure, you'll get into heaven. Jesus' love gift, which sounds kind of dirty, but whatever. Pray to Jesus, repent. Oh, I will. And so he does, and he loves Jesus for some reason. Even though he'd only just heard about him and heard only one parable about him, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's simplistic. It's just really, really sad. Now, to get saved is the most important thing in your life. You would think that living your life would be the most important thing, but it's not. Okay? And then here's a whole contract and things to get you going, and that's the end. Now, I literally have a shoebox full of these things that I've collected over the years because, they remind me of how the Christian message pretty much is. It's simplistic. It's designed for people who don't question. So the one thing you have to remember this Christmas season, just like everybody, is to question whatever you hear, because they love it. And if you find a chick tract, save it, tuck it away. They're cute. They're ridiculous and cute. So that's it. And it's nice talking to y'all. And I'm sure I'll make another one of these. See ya, and have happy holidays.